Yo, what's up, guys? It's Jack, and welcome back. And last night, I just couldn't sleep, and then all of a sudden, I go on to Charlie Intel because I take the game a little bit more seriously than the average Call of Duty player, I guess. And look what I find. I find that Sledgehammer Games originally wanted to make Advanced Warfare 2, and then Activision basically said, no, you guys need to take the series back to its roots, and you know, for many different reasons. So I mean, we can actually legitimately say now that Activision themselves made the right call. But at the same time, you know, these guys are, when it comes to making money, these guys are geniuses in the way they, you know, they figure out to make money, if you look at it from that standpoint, because every single year they make billions and billions, and they'd be making less if you know, if they didn't have their hand in it. So if it was all just to the developers, maybe they'd be making a lot less than what they're making. So taking the series back to its roots actually pleased both of a majority of the community, as well as the company themselves, because they're already making really great sales. What, in the first 3 days, the game sold like over 500 million copies, or no, I'm sorry, not 500 million copies. Was it 500 million copies, or made over 500 million or something like that? 500 million is the or was it? It was 500 something. I don't remember. You guys have to look yourselves. But anyway, so they originally wanted to make Advanced Warfare 2. Now, I actually enjoy Advanced Warfare, and I can give you the reason as of right now. I can tell you why anybody that doesn't enjoy Advanced Warfare, I can give you one of the major reasons. There's more than one reason, but I can give you, man, look at all these fails over here with the melee. I can give you one reason, and this used to be my reason as well. Why most people didn't enjoy it, and that is, well, there was no bumper jumper in the control settings, and there was no stick and move. So anybody that didn't have a SCUF or an elite controller or anything of that kind was basically left at a disadvantage. And not only that, there was a lot that you just didn't have access to it. Or if the only other way you could do it is by playing claw, unless you had ridiculously fast thumbs or something like that. But that's not very common, so let's just be a little bit more logical about that. And the thing is, when you have one of these controllers, or if you play claw, for instance, the game's movement system is actually unique, and it actually can become addictive in the dog fights, is what they call it in this game, like in those kind of dog fights that you get when you jump and you take somebody out that's on the ground, when you turn on them, that you'll see plenty in this gameplay, or the way you jump and just shoot, and you both do it at the same time, you get in a gunfight in midair. It actually becomes addictive when you get used to it, and it actually adds a whole other layer into the game, and you kind of come to appreciate it and understand. But at the same time, a lot of people didn't have access to that, so they basically had to deal with shooting people in the air at crazy movements while they were stuck on the ground playing the traditional Call of Duty, and just, dashing left and right here and there. And that's all pretty much they could do, and they couldn't help it as much because they didn't have the controller to do so, or the button scheme wasn't in the game to do so as well. So that was one major reason. Now everything else, everybody has their reasons to, and which is totally understandable. But since they wanted to since they wanted to originally make Advanced Warfare 2, now remember, this game plays like no other COD. So in a sense, it's very logical to not even, consider it a Call of Duty game. Just call it Advanced Warfare. Don't even put Call of Duty into the title, because it doesn't feel like COD. At least half of it doesn't. So therefore, it really shouldn't. But let's say, for whatever reason, let's say Titanfall 2 or Titanfall just wasn't your cup of tea. I mean, you appreciate what they did, but you just didn't. Titans weren't your thing, and all you wanted was pilots with all different kinds of game modes and the movement system and the maps and all that. So I mean, if Titanfall doesn't do it for you, and if they made an Advanced Warfare 2 that fixed and addressed pretty much almost all the problems, if not all the problems that Advanced Warfare 1 had, would you play it? I mean, think about that. Imagine if the score streaks were better, if the movement system was a little bit more fleshed out, or and they add, let's say, bumper jumper and stick and move and all these different button layouts that you can use. They've added a ton of them in World War II, so that, and with better score streaks, maps, more balanced weapons that you can use, and all that kind of stuff. So if this game addressed a vast majority of the issues from Advanced Warfare 1, would you guys at least consider picking up Advanced Warfare 2 if they did make it? And I think that would be very, very interesting. I think I think there'd be a part of the community that would consider picking it up and maybe pick it up and love it and go with it. But at the same time, Advanced Warfare 1 left a sour taste in a lot of people's mouths, and for a lot of them, they didn't like it. So yeah, I just thought this made for an interesting conversation. I thought I'd make a video about it, and you guys know my stand on Advanced Warfare. I don't hate the game, but I don't treat it like a Call of Duty either, because it doesn't really play like a traditional Call of Duty, or like Call of Duty in general, which is so different. But at the same time, that's why I appreciate it as well. So, but I wanted to know what your opinions were, and if you would pick up an Advanced Warfare 2 that was fixed when they did release it, or if they did release it. And what would if you were to pick it up, what would your conditions be? What would they have to fix that you personally did not like? Because a lot of you didn't like it. So anyway, guys, that's all I have for this one. I hope you enjoyed the crazy gameplay, and let me know what your opinions are down in the comment section, or you can follow me on Twitter. And as always, if you enjoyed the video, let me know. And if you didn't, let me know what I can do to make my videos better. And I'll catch you guys tomorrow on the stream.